First of all, I wanted to thank the organizers because it's really important for us to be here. So thank you. And also the attendees, because I know that after a whole day working, it's not easy to attend a webinar, right? At this time, having families and having a life. So thank you everyone for attending. Today, I'm gonna talk about how can we turn Jira into the central hub of our organization. And what is more important, why we should do that. And I'd like to start this presentation by introducing ourselves, saying who we are. Then we are gonna move and see what are the main problems behind having Jira as the central hub. I'm gonna show a live demo, which is always risky, and my colleagues don't like that much because I'm gonna use the latest version of our product. So it's not the live version you can find on the marketplace, it's the version we have internal, so with more new features. And finally, I'll have all the questions and doubts that you may have. Who we are? Well, Ronin Pixels is a young company. We are a group of 3 software engineers that started Ronin Pixels just last August. So we don't even have 1 year. So we are super young with this company. But we've been in the Atlassian ecosystem since 2013. I don't know if I met Crimo on that year or the next year in the Atlassian Summit, but we've been around for a long time. And we've been working together since 2015. So yeah, there are a lot of things we have done together, a lot of products we have built, and a lot of conferences we have attended together. And yeah, we work really good together. And the team, we are 4 people, 3 founding members, Inigo, Javi, and me. Inigo was the tech lead of the cloud area in Comalatic that you probably know is one of the biggest Atlassian marketplace partners. And the most known app is Comala Document Management, the former Comala Workflows. And yeah, Inigo was the tech lead of all the cloud area. Then he worked for a blockchain startup as a CTO before founding Ronin Pixels. Javi, we also worked, the 3 of us together in Comalatec. He was there like 1 year because he had to move to Chile, where he's living now. And he worked there in Deloitte, well, you know, one of the big 4, as a project leader in Atlassian projects, a lot of integrations with Jira and with Confluence. And then after that, we worked again together in a HR startup until it was acquired. And that moment, last year, was when we decided, hey, we had to do our own company because we wanted to work again together, the 3 of us. And me, I had a startup 2013 that was acquired by Comalatec. That's how we arrived, all of us to Comalatec. And I worked there as group product manager for 4 years, a little bit more than 4 years, with yeah, Comala Workflows as the main app. But we had a portfolio of more than 10 commercial apps on the marketplace, which was challenging, right, to handle all those commercial apps. And then Toshi, he's been around a long time also in the ecosystem because he was the general manager for GoTo Group Japan. And now with us, he's doing everything related with business. He's the business manager in APAC. He's living in Tokyo, but he's in charge of all APAC area. And why Jira as the central hub? It's not because we say that we had to do Jira as the central hub of our organization. It's because it is already the central hub of many of our organizations. The problem is that Jira is never alone. So when we are to manage services for our customers, when we have to track and monitor projects, when we just collaborate with our peers in any project, this is not the space, the galaxy we have, right, in our teams. It is usually more like this. Sometimes we use Jira, but together with GitHub, and we don't use Bitbucket. Or we use ServiceNow instead of Jira Service Management. Or we use Statuspage, but we don't use, I don't know, Bamboo. We mix with Trello. So the ecosystem is huge in any given department of our organizations. And every single one of these apps, every single one of these products and services generates data. And this data is spread out. And we have to get the information provided by every those services and put it together. And that's challenging, right? And that has a toll. It has a great impact on the success of our tasks, the success of our projects, and in the efficiency of our teams. And one of the main things that this impact is on the expenses or budgets of our projects. Who use just Jira, right? And up to a point, Jira try to already be the central hub, right? When you open an issue, you see in the site a lot of different integrations, but it is at issue level. But there you cannot handle, for example, incidents. How do you handle incident management? If we are in an operations team, how do I see incidents from our systems, from a Statuspage, from Opsgenie? I had to open Opsgenie or my email or a Statuspage and see if there is an incident, or an agent in Jira Service Management. What happens if there is a VIP request, something that we have an SLA what we had to meet. We have to have either the email, or we have to share somehow those reports that currently are only available for agents. Well, there are many potential solutions. The first is, okay, we just keep on using plain Jira, right? But you are gonna spend tons of time going to different places, gather that information, and it doesn't matter if you are a developer in your team working with Agile, you have to get information from sprints, or if you are the product manager, you need information about how we are doing, or what are we gonna do, or what the releases are for this sprint. Or if you are in an ITSM department or team, if you are the manager, you need a high-level vision, right, of all these pieces. Well, Jira provides Jira dashboards. You can use Jira dashboards, right? The problem again is if you do an intensive use of Jira. And this is one of the problems we faced, because we've been working with a lot of teams, a lot of companies, a lot of stakeholders, and we had this very same problem all the time. Okay, I want to use Jira dashboards. Well, if you have been using Jira for a time, okay, you need the third solution, which is third-party apps, right? There are a lot of good alternatives. There are many alternatives, and some of them are really good. What are the problems with the Jira dashboards? First of all, you cannot share with external stakeholders. Well, you can open Jira, that is not really an option for most of our companies, and let others see your content. But you cannot say, hey, I want to send this, I'm working with another company, I'm working with a department that doesn't have access to this dashboard. You cannot share that, right? Not to mention, you cannot connect with other Jira instances. Big companies or not that big companies, different teams have different Jiras. How do you see everything on a single place? If you are collaborating, you should be able to have something common, right? And now that we are with the journey to cloud, from server to cloud, the normal scenario is that a company has at the same time a server Jira and a cloud Jira, because they are migrating. It doesn't happen on one day, right? That's impossible. You cannot have the information in a single dashboard, right? Powerful custom charts, no way. There is, well, you can have a filter with this pie chart, and okay, I wanna do aggregations, forget it. You cannot change the visual metaphor. Okay, I don't want a pie chart, I want a bar chart for this. Oh, sorry, there are not templates. You have templates for projects, you have templates for many things. Confluence, you got blueprints for everything, but there are not templates for dashboards, right? Not enough metrics, because there are not. You cannot have integrations if you don't use third-party apps. There are not integrations by default. Most of the gadgets are all. But one thing I have to say on favor of Jira dashboards is that like 2 months ago, something like that, Atlassian did a big release and they improved the UX and the UI a bit. So yeah, that's kudos for them, right? And yeah, and the second option is third-party apps. The third option, sorry. You have really good third-party apps and you can use them. But again, there are many. If you need to sync instances, right, different Jira instances, you can rely on Backbone from K15T, Elements, Exhalate. There are good solutions, right? But you are synchronizing instances if that's what you want. But the initial aim is, okay, I need something central place and I can have a sneak peek, a bird view of everything. Many times you don't need to synchronize, right? Instances, you want the information in different places, but a common view. You can have integrations, but again, an integration doesn't mean you are gonna have the option or the chance to visualize those metrics, right? You only have the integration. Then you can go for third-party apps with charts. For example, ECBI is a great option and it's super powerful. Or you can go for dashboard apps, right? We had all these problems and that's why we created Dashboard Hub. Because we felt those pains, right, in our companies, with our friends, with our stakeholders. So we decided to think what was the problem, what was our problem, and if we saw that was a common theme for most of our colleagues and organizations, right? So with Dashboard Hub, we introduced all these solutions. We introduce predefined templates. You can share externally, and what is important, in a secure way, any information you want. You can create a dashboard with your private Jira, closed Jira, and share, like in Dropbox, you generate a public link to a single file that you can share. This is the same. They are gonna see whatever you want them to see, a view of the information you have. We provide tons of metrics, more than 60 gadgets already, and integrations with 9 products. We integrate with Jira software, Jira Service Management, Statuspage, Opsgenie, Insight, Bitbucket with pipelines, with Confluence. And one super cool thing that I love is that you can integrate with several Jira instances if you want in a single dashboard. So you can have an also what we call the hybrid dashboards. You can have a dashboard with information from one Jira cloud, another gadget showing information from one Jira data center, another can be from Jira server, right? It's what we call hybrid dashboards. And these hybrid dashboards are being used by companies that are in the journey to move to cloud. And also custom charts, which for us is okay. Our aim is to give everything ready to go. So you create a dashboard, full-fledged, 1 minute. You need metrics, just select the metric and done. But there are people that need more customization, right? So we provide custom charts in one of our gadgets for those companies that really need to have more control over how to display the information. And next thing, which is the best thing of the presentation because it's the live demo. But before this, we're gonna do a quick poll, right? It's gonna be very simple questions and it's gonna give us more perspective on what are your aims or what is your current scenario. So I'm gonna start the poll and let me see if you see it. Cremo? Yeah, okay.
Paul hasn't started to. Oh, there's it, sorry. I have a different view.
3 people missing.
Yeah, hi, this is Marco speaking. Gorka, I just have a question. Is your solution, what you are offering, is this a plugin based? So does it mean I have to I have to license your plugin, your solution to do it, to have it?
Yes, it's a commercial app and is in the Atlassian marketplace. You can install it in your instance and you can try for a couple of months with no charge. Yes.
Okay, cool.
But we include all the integrations, all the gadgets, everything is included on that solution. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Welcome. There is one person missing and I don't think I can advance if that person doesn't reply.
It's, I think, actually me, because I can't answer this.
So,
I guess.
Okay,
cool, but you can stop.
The only option I have is to end poll.
Exactly.
So but that's gonna end the poll. No?
Yeah.
I mean, there are more questions. I can try. Should I click on end poll?
Yes, please. And the questions is another poll. Or the next question is an additional poll.
Ah, okay.
Or if you give me 2 minutes, I will copy that to one single poll.
No, that's fine. I can go to the second poll. That's fine. Let me, yeah, here. Okay, second poll. You should see it now.
Yeah. That's good.
So I'm gonna wait for 11 votes. So is your organization thinking of moving to other hosting solution? Yeah, and at the end, I love to hear about people moving away from Atlassian because we also are interested on knowing more about those organizations. Okay, 10. Someone is missing. I'm gonna end it. Okay. Third, there are only 4 questions, so it's not gonna take that much. Have you ever needed to share metrics, reports, SLAs, or information to external stakeholders?
What does external mean? Is it external from project or external from company?
Yeah, users that cannot access your Jira. Your Jira instance or Jira Service Management or yeah. Or but can be within your company. Sometimes there are users that cannot access or external at your company, other companies or yeah. And the last question. Do you currently export data to generate dashboards, reports, or charts with external tools? Many companies need to export issues on CSV and they use external, for example, business intelligence tools, or sometimes just to an Excel and create a report there. And yeah, there are many options. To Google Drive, yeah, sometimes to export there. Okay. So now you can see the poll results, or we can go to, only this one. Okay, never mind. We can go at the end of the presentation. And now I'm gonna go and see the demo. So our aim is to let people start working with their metrics as soon as possible. So you don't waste time. You are gonna create a dashboard. You can set the timer in less than a minute. So here are the steps. Create dashboard. And we say, okay, this is the ITSM Cologne dashboard. Description, the access, you can choose, okay, my organization is gonna be private. And one cool thing is that, okay, let me choose a template. You can create something from scratch if you want, or you can choose one template. In this case, ITSM. And we just click create. And we have a dashboard with 2 slides. with several different metrics, for example, time to first response. And of course, we have to say, hey, I want the time to first response. The data is gonna come, in this case, from this current Jira instance, right? I have a demo desk project. I'm gonna select the queue for the time to first response, right? The time to first response is, okay, from the moment a request is created in my Jira service management or in my support channel, how long is gonna take for my agent to reply, right? And here you can see, use these settings to configure NT-compatible gadgets, which means, hey, I just wanna configure this dashboard once, get this configuration and configure the rest of the gadgets that are compatible. So I configure one gadget and the whole dashboard is already configured. We can see here and here, right? All but this gadget that says service status. And why? Because the source of data of this gadget is a Statuspage, which is a completely different product, right? That we have already configured here. We say, okay, this page, running pixels, configure it. And then we already have the services here. Why we chose this? Because when you are working on support, one of the things you need to know right away if there is any problem with your services, the services your company is providing, because the next thing is gonna be tons of requests saying, hey, something is not working, right? Let me change so you can see it better. And here we can see different metrics. For example, the time to first response, right? We have here, if we are meeting or if we are breaching these SLAs, we have one queue from our service desk team. You could configure, for example, the queue for top priority requests. So right away you see if you have to attend something, if the time to resolution you are breaching, the time to resolution in the last 12 months, we configure here. Super important, customer satisfaction right away in your dashboard. The agent's workload, which is important to see, who is meeting and what's the workload of these agents. SLA by project, this is more for managers, right? And we can see if we are reaching this or not. And if you are creating debt in your support system. One really nice use case that we are having in several customers is these companies, they got premium support. Premium support means, hey, I'm gonna pay you for premium support, but I request a report maybe monthly, maybe weekly. And what we are seeing is we have several customers that they are creating a dashboard, a private dashboard for each of their customers that of course they cannot access the Jira instance. And they are creating a unique link for them, right? With this, you can share externally in a secure way. If you want to introduce a password, you get the link and you send this to your customers, right? To your customer. So here I am in private mode, private browsing. So they will see exactly what you are sharing. This is a live view of, in this case, of the SLAs. So you don't have to, so we had this customer that provide premium support. And what they did is every month they created in Jira Service Management, the reports. They took a screenshot, they create a PDF, and they send this by email to every single customer. So at the end of the month, they got one person doing this for a week, sending these reports. And with this, your customer could have in a screen in live the SLAs, right? And they know if you are reaching or you are meeting those SLAs that they are paying for. And this is for ITSM teams that we've seen. We are integrating Jira Service Management and Statuspage. But we have also for example, Agile teams. This has one of my favorite gadgets, which is the Hall of Shame, which indicates, this is Bitbucket, indicates who sent the last code to, in this case, is staging and failed, right? So no one wants to be here. In this case, my friend Javier is here, and everyone wants to be in the Hall of Fame. Oh, sorry, not in the Hall of Shame. For me, as a product manager, it's useful to have the resolved issues and the comparison with the previous sprint, right? Sprint blockers, for me, is also key. For me, I mean, as a product manager, this is Jira software. This is not Bitbucket anymore. This is Jira software, the sprint health, pull requesting workload, super important for development teams. Releases, also a really nice one. We are also integrating here Confluence. We can see if you equal a space to project when you work with Confluence, many times you got all your pending tasks, but you don't have, well, you can use the content, the macro with content and display some tasks, but you will have here all the tasks of a single space. You can create your own table with a gadget that allows you to create any query using the Confluence query language. The same for Jira. With the Jira query language, you can create a custom chart, right? This is also the same gadget. I can see here, for example, the number of issues created by quarter. And here what we have is what I mentioned before. This is a hybrid dashboard. Here we have, well, this is the same gadget, but with different visual metaphors. We are creating here a bar chart, right? A team that I mentioned that is in Canada, but this is Jira Cloud, right? This is a data center instance. This is again Jira Cloud, and this is another but different version of data center. So in the same dashboard, I got information from different teams. So I could be collaborating with remote teams or different companies around the globe with in a very big, for example, project. The same for DevOps teams, right? We got Bitbucket, we got Statuspage, we got pipelines, we got Opsgenie, right? We have another integration with Opsgenie. We can see who is on call schedule, have here the schedule, super important, open alerts and open last incidents, right? And who is responsible, who is in this team, in what time zones, right? If we have incidents. And well, I'm mentioning all these templates, but of course, you can add your gadgets and create something from scratch and choose among all the integrations we have and all the metrics. We have more than 60 different metrics, and some of them of these gadgets are like the IQL. This is Insights, and you can create a query and query your Insight app and say, hey, give me the assets that we are using in this department, and you have a list of all your assets, or you can have in a dashboard having the Jira service management request and the list of your assets, right? And then have a relationship there. And one thing that we did that is pure dog fooding is we created an integration with the Atlassian marketplace. And what I'm saying that is pure dog fooding because you need to have an app on the marketplace. So here we are connecting with Atlassian marketplace. Well, this is fake data because I cannot share data from customers, of course. And we are connecting with Atlassian marketplace to get the information of the sales of our product. So our product is displaying information from our product. It's like a meta dashboard, right? Here we have last evaluations. We can see, hey, this company is evaluating our product. Let's call him, call them, right? Evaluations, we can see last reviews, last sales. We can have a lot of different metrics, right? About cloud, about sales. So everything here, right? All the aggregated sales of a vendor or of a specific app. So as I said, this is pure dog fooding because this is not for normal customers. Let's say it this way, right? And yeah, that's pretty much everything with the live demo. And the last thing I wanted to mention before going to the questions is our roadmap. This product for now is in Jira and Confluence. You can use it in both platforms. We have already the server version, but it's right now in pre-release staging. We are testing everything. And the data center version 2 is not yet on the marketplace, but it's gonna be pretty soon. We are working on interesting enterprise features, for example, cache, advanced permissions, audit log, whenever you need to go through standard processes, analytics for dashboards and for external links, who saw what in what moment, right? Schedule reports, hey, I need this dashboard to be sent to this group of people every week, right? And have like a screenshot of what was happening on that very specific moment, right? And we are working on more integrations and gadgets. For example, ServiceNow, GitHub, we have quite a few requests. Tempo, also quite a few requests from some customers, and Project Track. And we are working with Project Track, is the former Profiles, which is from Dacer, is for project tracking. And we are working with them in a dashboard for project tracking with a specific metrics for track projects, track and monitor projects. And that was everything. I didn't want to go into much detail, so we could spend more time in questions. And if you don't want to ask something here, or you think of something later, write down my contact and send me an email or contact me anyway, and we can talk about anything better. So thank you.